Yeah, my shoulder messed up, everyone. So don't tell Canelo. It may be the right, maybe the left, but it's both of them. I'm having problems with my shoulders.
I am concerned about him absorbing a Canelo punch, especially through the course of 12 rounds.
Is it something to worry about? Yes. Can it affect the fight? Absolutely. I just said how.
The boxing world has been shaken by shocking reports that Terence Crawford has suffered a serious injury just days before his highly anticipated clash with Canelo Alvarez. What was expected to be one of the biggest fights in recent history now hangs in doubt, sparking heated debate among fans, analysts, and fighters over whether it should proceed or be cancelled. The development has triggered a wave of reactions across the boxing community, with many insiders warning that this setback could alter the entire course of the bout.
Warning that this injury could change everything.
But word on the street is that Bud Crawford has hurt his shoulder or re-injured a shoulder that had been surgery.
Former world champion turned boxing analyst Tim Bradley didn't mince words when reacting to the shocking news of Terence Crawford's injury. Known for his outspoken takes, Bradley criticized Crawford, suggesting the injury sounds like an excuse ahead of the highly anticipated showdown with Canelo Alvarez. He argued that true champions push through adversity and questioned if Crawford might already be searching for a way out of the toughest test of his career. Bradley's fiery comments have only intensified the growing debate over whether this blockbuster fight will go forward.
Of this blockbuster matchup.
Crawford 100%. Crawford is 100%. If he ain't 100%, he 90%. He's still gonna fight. He's still gonna fight. That's just what it is. Forget that shoulder. Bro, this is what we sign up for. This is part of being a fighter. That's what it's part of. This is what you wanted. This is what you got. This is what comes with it. That's it. Stop making excuses. No team. Winner takes all on this one.
Oscar de la Hoya pointed out the major leap Terence Crawford is taking by moving up in weight to challenge a naturally bigger and more seasoned super middleweight in Canelo Alvarez. According to de la Hoya, Canelo's power, physical strength, and experience at this division give him a clear edge, especially as the fight drags into the later rounds. Though he praised Crawford's intelligence, movement, and technical skills, de la Hoya expressed doubt that those tools alone can offset Canelo's advantages. He predicted that Canelo's steady pressure and heavier shots would eventually wear Crawford down, leading to either a late stoppage or a decision victory for the Mexican star.
Or stoppage after wearing Crawford down over the course of the fight.
Do you feel that Terence has a shot in beating Canelo Alvarez?
When I watched Terence Crawford get rattled and rocked by Yorkis Gamboa, who's a natural 30-pounder, it's going to be a huge problem when he gets hit by Canelo, who's a natural 175. So he fights at 175. He's fighting these big monsters. Yeah. He's not getting rattled at all.
No.
Berlanga's a big kid.
Yeah.
So it makes me think, I mean, how is Crawford going to keep him away for 12 rounds? Canelo's going to come at him hard. Right. But then again, I think about Crawford's abilities and his IQ and his footwork.
Boy Anthony, Executive Club, getting a fresh haircut. But just want to talk about Canelo. Crawford is coming up this weekend, and everybody's excited. Here in Vegas, the electricity is in the air. So, look, even though these guys are, combined almost 80 years old, it should be a good fight. And let me tell you why. Crawford is coming up 2 weight classes, and he's coming off a year's layoff. So that's a huge advantage for Canelo. If Canelo forces his will on him, he'll probably be 190 pounds inside the ring on fight night. I give him a great shot in the 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th round to knock out Crawford. If he doesn't do that, then Crawford is going to box his ears off. It might be another Mayweather versus Canelo. Remember when Mayweather was just schooling him and making him look silly? That can happen again this Saturday. So everything has to be perfect for Crawford. He has to use his footwork. He has to use his speed, his combinations, his ring IQ. He has to stay disciplined. And Canelo, all he has to do is take Crawford's punches, but he cannot be comfortable inside the ring.
Popular boxing commentator Showbiz the Adult recently weighed in on the growing speculation surrounding Terence Crawford's rumored injury. He noted that the chatter largely comes from Crawford's age, lengthy layoff, and past training setbacks, but cautioned fans against jumping to conclusions. Showbiz emphasized that injury rumors often surface before big fights, sometimes as a way to stir drama or plant excuses for a potential loss. While he admitted Crawford could be experiencing some soreness from moving up in weight, He stressed there's no solid evidence that the issue is serious enough to jeopardize the fight.
The injury is serious enough to derail the fight.
From this side of my mouth, is it something to worry about? Yes. Can it affect the fight? Absolutely. I just said how, right? Absolutely it can, especially when you're packing on extra muscle. Your shoulders get heavy anyway when your shoulders are overdeveloped and you packing muscle on. And if you have a shoulder injury, it will affect you. Okay. I mean, I'm one of those people. It is what it is. I say it all the time, bro. It is what it is. All right. These are human beings. They're real people. If you have an injury, it will affect you 100%. These aren't robots. This ain't a damn cartoon. It's not a movie. It's real life. All right. A lot of you guys got issues now physically. You throw you in a ring, you'll be like, yo, my back was killing me. You know what I'm saying? But with that said,
Sean Porter, who faced Terence Crawford in 2021, recently voiced his concerns about Crawford stepping up to fight Canelo Alvarez at super middleweight. Porter admitted he's uneasy about how Crawford might endure Canelo's power over the course of a full 12-round battle. He highlighted Canelo's natural size advantage and predicted the Mexican star would look to wear Crawford down with heavy shots from the opening rounds. While Porter praised Crawford's skill set and sharp ring IQ, he cautioned that constant pressure from a bigger, stronger opponent could put Crawford in serious danger.
Slow down, so I think if anything, Canelo would try to start fast and bang on him and break him down before he gets later, and he still got that kind of steam. But, there's so many components that make a champion. There's so many components that make a great, a legend. It's just so much to go into. It's a conversation that lasts an hour easily when we talk about all of the components that Terence Crawford has, all of the components that Canelo have, and how we find how they even out and who trumps one another, you know what I mean? We tried to do that with Errol Spence and Terence Crawford, and we see how that panned out, you know what I mean? So
Terence Crawford has strongly denied rumors that he is carrying a shoulder injury into his showdown with Canelo Alvarez. Speaking at a recent media event in Las Vegas, Crawford dismissed the talk as pure fabrication, calling it nothing more than pre-fight antics. He even moved his arms around in front of reporters to prove his point, insisting there's no truth to claims about injuries, being out of shape, or losing a step. Crawford also stressed that he feels comfortable at his natural weight and remains fully committed to what he described as the biggest fight of his career, showing confidence and composure despite outside speculation.
Biggest fight of his career.
There's rumors that you've got a shoulder injury. Do you have a shoulder injury, or is that just rubbish?
Where I got a shoulder injury, I don't know. I think people coming up with their own, antics. Terence Crawford got a shoulder injury. Terence Crawford out of shape. Terence Crawford slow. Terence Crawford. Yeah, they coming up with all kinds of stuff.
Are you feeling a difference in power now you've moved up and you're at your natural weight?
Of course. Power is definitely what I'm coming with. So that's not any worries that I ever had.
Crawford's jabs don't even miss. Canelo's punches come like a brick. Both got a bag full of tricks. They must eat their way to Bix. Don't come at me, you'll get this. You lanky streak of piss. Don't call you broke, you sis. Go chill and watch Netflix cause the big guns in the mix.
Many critics remain doubtful of Terence Crawford's firm denials about a possible shoulder injury ahead of his clash with Canelo Alvarez. They point to a circulating photo that appears to show swelling around his left shoulder, fueling speculation that the rumors may have some truth. Some suggest Crawford might be downplaying the issue to avoid giving Canelo and his team any strategic advantage. Critics also note that Crawford has been inactive for over a year and, at 37, recovery and conditioning aren't as resilient, making even minor injuries potentially significant and damaging at this stage of his career.